to Business Review, a daily program that delves into the latest and most significant economic stories. From stock markets to currency news, Business Review covers the most up-to-date developments in the global economic world.
Electric vehicle startup Rivian displayed its pickup truck and SUV at an event in San Francisco's Bay Area and said that when their prices are unveiled soon, they will be lower than has been previously announced. Rivian founder and chief executive R.J. Scaring said the mid-range R1T pickup truck with a glass sky panel that can change from blue to clear was about $69,000. It can travel 300 miles on a full charge. A similar range R1S SUV will sell for about $72,000. Rivian said the large battery could go 400 miles and the smallest could go to 130 miles. Scaring declined to say how many prospective buyers have so far spent $1,000 on a refundable deposit to hold their spot for a Rivian, but he said the reaction had been really positive. Rivian, founded in 2009, made waves when it unveiled its first prototype model at the LA Auto Show in 2018. It has raised $3.6 billion and counts Amazon.com Incorporated and Ford Motor Company as investors. Scaring said the company was working on rolling out a network of charging stations at key locations such as national parks, but that the vehicles can charge on most charging networks available today. Ryan Gaze, Rivian chief engineer of special projects and employee number 4, was busy showing customers the batteries, saying 7,776 of them were powering the pickup truck, and one was powering a flashlight that slides into the door, giving the car a lucky 7,777 batteries. Scaring said the first R1T truck will be delivered starting at the end of this year, followed shortly after by the R1S SUVs. People in the UK, France and Russia enjoyed the programs of China's 2020 Spring Festival Gala, just like the Chinese people, thanks to new technologies including 5G transmission, 8K, 4K ultra-high definition and VR broadcast applied in the broadcasting by the China Media Group this year. At the Huawei 5G Innovation and Experience Center in London, guests gathered together to watch the gala live over 5G networks. It was the first time for many of them to watch live streaming through 5G. The guests said they were surprised by the smooth broadcast and the high definition. The event, co-hosted by the CMG, the cultural section of the Chinese Embassy in UK and the China National Tourist Office in London, not only offered a platform to introduce the Spring Festival culture, but also showed China's achievements in related broadcast technologies. Across the English Channel, a group of Chinese and French people also enjoyed the live broadcast of the Grand Spring Festival Gala at the China Cultural Center in Paris. Among them were students and teachers from a bilingual school. One of the teachers said it was a great way for the children to learn about Chinese culture through the gala. Meanwhile, in St. Petersburg of Russia, nearly 1,000 Chinese and Russian people sat together for the Spring Festival dinner while watching the gala. The Spring Festival Gala, usually abbreviated in Chinese as Changwan, is the most watched live TV program in China. Since 1983, most people in China watch the show with their families on the eve of the Spring Festival.
Children with some of the most severe forms of autism are benefiting from cutting-edge technology, including virtual reality and data mining. Staff at Prior's Court, a specialist autism care facility in Berkshire, England, are using VR headsets to help children acclimatize to scenarios they are likely to encounter outside of school. People with autism may find unfamiliar situations stressful or anxiety-inducing. The VR scenarios introduce children to real-world situations like visiting a shopping mall or getting on an aircraft without leaving the comfort and safety of their classroom. It also gives them the chance to enjoy new experiences such as skiing or deep-sea diving. Prior's Court cares for around 95 young people at the severe end of the autism spectrum, including many who are non-verbal and are unable to communicate their needs. The charity is also hoping big data can help. They are trialing a new data collection system called Prior Insight that will gather a detailed picture of each young person's day, including what they've eaten, how much exercise they have had, and how they are behaving. Diary entries are collected by staff, and some of the children enjoy completing some of the 10,000 entries made every week. The system has already identified the spikes in 11-year-old Otto's behavior before he suffers from an absent seizure, which can last only a few seconds and are difficult to spot. Staff are now alerted by particular behavior and can be extra vigilant.
Children slip by on their cross-country skis, skidding around on artificial snow sprayed out on the otherwise bare ground by 6 huge blowing machines in Norway's Østmarka forest. Any other winter, the lanes would have been laden with natural drifts, but this year the tracks have been completely bare, said 30-year-old jogger Marie Sten. She may be disappointed. According to data from the Norwegian Meteorological Institute, many of our compatriots are already starting to face up to the new reality and adapt. The Institute's modeling forecasts forests around Oslo may see just 50 days of snow deeper than 30 centimeters in 2050, down from 80 days today and 140 days in 1900, a slump it pits down to climate change. It's a serious business in a country which has snow at the heart of its culture. Norway topped the medals tables in the 2018 Winter Olympics, even though it fielded a team only half the size of the US. When outside temperatures get too warm for even artificial snow, there is always Snow, the country's first indoor ski center, which opened on the outskirts of Oslo on January 15th. Its systems keep the temperature between -2 and -4 degrees Celsius year-round, providing a fallback option for Norwegian ski fans.